Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pimps and simps, welcome back to the Mac Life, the #1 podcast here in the world. We're back for episode 80. That's right, we've hit a milestone already, 80. Now, if you're new to the channel and this is the first video you're watching, okay, we go over everything to do with growing your social media presence online, monetizing that, how to travel the world, how to make a shit ton of money online, managing girls' Onlyfans accounts, growing your account yourself if you're a lady, and just marketing tips in general. Plus, I'm going to add in just pretty much lifestyle stuff. It's personal brand, but with some actionable shit that you can follow to make money and build yourself up. And you know, that's pretty much what today's world is. It's if you want to be successful, you need to turn yourself into a brand, okay, and then find a way to monetize that for as much money as possible so you can simply enjoy your life. For me, you know, that's what I found is that this is topic number 1 of today, is enjoying the process. Because if you're not enjoying the process, what's the point? Really, you tick off a list of shit that you're doing and then you get to 80 and you're like, fantastic. But if you didn't stop, if you didn't enjoy the process, there's no real point. So whilst you don't want to be fully Epicurean and just be like, oh, fuck, YOLO, live for the moment, fucking smoke weed, do this, do that. You need a little bit more stoicism where you have plans and you have goals, okay? You still need to find a balance in between where you're enjoying the process whilst pursuing your highest potential. I feel that's what the purpose of life is. So if someone asks me, you know, what's the purpose of life? It's to live to your highest potential whilst enjoying as much of it as possible. The ups, the downs, everything. So I'm going to kickstart off this video with a few little updates, okay, and some really, really solid advice for business and some really, really solid advice for OnlyFans. And today's a trigger warning video. If you're a sensitive person, I would click off today's video because I'm going to break down the reason that 99% of you aren't making way more than you could because of the fact that you're doing something wrong, okay? So be prepared to get triggered in today's videos. Now, the update, at 230 Hive members already, we've hit 230 Hive members. Now, think back to the start of this year when I launched the Hive, okay? It was only 3 months ago, actually, that I launched the Hive. And at the time, I was selling a package. I was selling around 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week, with a $27,000 price point, around $20-something thousand profit on that package. And I was making that a week profit. And I took the gamble, the risk, of turning off all of that with the sole focus on building the Hive. Why? Because I felt that it could provide way more value over time, and anything that can provide value with a good monetization strategy in point, okay, and in place, that will bring more money long term. And that's where I was focused. So when I launched the Hive, it was funny, you know, I had people that were messaging me like, oh bro, but why would you turn it like this? Is only this much a month, and you know, with this many members, it's going to take you forever to build back. Now with the 230 members, we're already bringing in around 8,000 profit a month. And that might not sound like much, especially compared to, you know, 20K a week. But to some people, you're going to be like, well, 8,000 profit a month already. You know, that's 100K a year. Pretty much 96,000 a year, I think. Is that right? Yeah, 96K a year. But at the rate that it's building, okay, because of the software, Kajabi, that I have that shows the forecast, at the rate of me just uploading a podcast every few days and nothing else, no other form of marketing, just a podcast every few days, that will be at 14,000 a month within 6 months' time. Okay, so you can only imagine 1 year, 2 years, 3 years from now, and that's the importance of about focusing on one thing. And I made about 10, 20 podcast episodes in a row where I talked about the importance of focusing on one thing. And everyone tells me, I'm focusing on this, I'm going to hammer down until I hit this. And yet, so many people have not only messaged me, but have asked me for advice on one thing, then asked me for advice on their other business, then asked me for advice on this. Should I change to this? You're just niche swapping and jumping. When things get complicated, you're just niche swapping and niche jumping. And there is times when you should change, okay? I'm not saying you should never change, especially if it's something you are not enjoying at all, you can change it. But if you're changing for the sole purpose to make money, why? Have you saturated your industry? You know, you most likely haven't. Have you scaled to the potential? Why aren't you just doing more of what you're doing now? And that's really what we're going to get into is about doing more of what you're doing, okay? It's a very, very trigger warning today, but I'm going to give you some very actionable shit for OnlyFans. But you need to be putting in more work. Even myself, you know, I wake up and When I chat with people, I get a lot of hype. People message me, "Oh, bro, you're so fantastic. You're doing all these incredible things. Like, I wish I was like you. I could travel the world." And I'm not trying to brag at all. They're saying, "Oh, I wish I could travel the world, and you speak other languages, and you do like kickboxing and all this," and they're throwing in all these things. To me, I look at it every day when I wake up. I'm sure I'm happy with my accomplishments, but I feel I'm only at a very, very small fraction of my potential. And I'm like, you lazy fuck. What are you doing? You've only hit the gym once today. You've only practiced your language for an hour. You've only fucking hit 1 or 2 countries this month. You're only growing at this rate. What are you doing? Pick it up. So I'm very, very crucial with myself, and I'm very, very harsh on myself, and I hold myself to a very, very high expectation. And the only time that really gets intertwined with is if I go out drinking, I'm hungover the next day, it will destroy a day or two. That's why I'm trying to cut it out 100% and just cut back on that. It's a very, very hard thing to do though. Not in a sense where it's like, hard to do. It's with the social circumstances, it's just fun to drink. So that's the one thing that I feel is almost a crux. And then on top of that, getting sick. When you travel a lot, your immune system is under a lot more stress. It's compromised a lot more easily because you're up at different hours. There's different heats, different temperatures. There's jet lag. There's up early travel. There's different food. There's, different people that you're associating with. Your body and the microbiota in your stomach specifically, it has a whole range of new different things going on for it. And there are so many links between gut health and longevity of life. But I also feel that if you can endure, the sicknesses of traveling around in the short term, you are building a strong foundation for long term. That's what I feel. I don't know. There's probably zero science behind that claim, but I feel that you're strengthening your ability to survive in different environments, and that makes you more survivable, specifically long term. Plus, it's the point of living really to try all these different things. I already told you the purpose of life. Try all these different things to your maximum of your potential and enjoy the process along the way. Now, that's the update with the Hive. We're at 230 members already. And when I looked at the Hive, and I was thinking, I want to scale the Hive, obviously. I'm thinking, why would I look at anything else other than just scaling what I'm doing now? And I can obviously see that it's working, and over months it's built to this stage. How can I scale the Hive? And I ask myself this question each day, and it's really just, I looked at UTM parameters on links. I'm looking, where are people that are purchasing the Hive coming from? They're coming from marketplace videos. They're coming from podcasts. A few people from Instagram, the occasional person from TikTok, but it's coming from the YouTube content and specifically videos of Onlyfans or marketplace. And I thought to myself, why do I have the justification that I'm only dropping a podcast a day and not a marketplace video each day? And I'm saying to myself, yeah, well, it's a bit of effort. It's what? Am I lazy? Do I not want to win? Is it my laziness that's stopping me? If that's the case, cut that shit out. So I wrote to myself, stop being a lazy cunt, because that's all it is. You know exactly what you should be doing. The data doesn't lie. It's showing you what videos need to be put out. It's showing you what's working, and yet I'm being a lazy cunt and not doing it. Simple fix to make more money, isn't it? But it's an internal reflection of looking. Once you have the data and you have the knowledge there, it really comes down to a character trait. Stop being a lazy cunt. And so I want to give you one last update, and then we're going to get into why you're being a lazy cunt. And I'm going to break this down specifically for Onlyfans. Okay? So at the moment as well, something I've been working on for a while is getting verified on Instagram, Facebook, and getting a proper Google knowledge panel. You remember a while ago, I paid for someone to work on it. I spent $680. It worked, but then it didn't, and then it worked, and then it didn't. It was getting taken down, up and down, and essentially just got rinsed. I do not recommend using that guy. I know I recommended him in the previous video, obviously, but the amount of time dicking around, it's really not worth it. I've got someone who's working on it now, and the difference is the person that's working on it now has the knowledge panel themselves. They have it the way I want it. It was a lot cheaper price point, okay, which makes me feel like the other dude did it definitely for the money rather than to provide value. And he's verified on Instagram and verified on Facebook. Now, you can't openly talk about this stuff on Instagram or Facebook. It will get you banned. It's obviously find it here to talk about on YouTube. But I'm essentially paying this guy to get me verified on Instagram, on Facebook, and now I have a team working in that corner. So that's one of the updates of what I'm working on currently. I'm paying for all certain articles, and once I know how to do that, I will share that, okay, within these videos as well, because I know a lot of you want to do that. And if you think it's weird to want to get verified on Instagram, and why would you want to do that? Why would you not? Social proof, okay? This is today's currency. If someone clicks on your profile from an ad, especially a story ad on Instagram, and they message you, and you're verified, the chance of you closing the sale is going to go up significantly more because you're using what's called authority bias. You are a position of power. That person is not verified on Instagram, you are. They instantly feel at the lower half of the negotiation table and they have to put in the work, okay? So, and it may sound bad, but I don't give a fuck. For them to want to engage with you, they're basically saying, please reply to me. Please give me attention. And you're like, look, if I want to, this is where it is, and this is the price point that I sell. And being a position of authority allows you to charge more as well. Whether you agree with that or not, I don't care. This is the way the world works. This is the way the universe works. And I'm the realest motherfucker, especially on YouTube. I give you the details as they are, to take them as you want. And that's what we're looking into now. Because I really want you to look at this, okay? You need to understand a clear picture of your goals first. Of course. You need a clear picture of your goals. If you don't have a clear picture of your goals, you're a sailor without a destination. And there's a really cool quote. I can't remember the author, but it's one of my favorite quotes of all time. And it's that a sailor without a destination in mind has no favorable wind. Meaning if you don't know where you're going, a headwind can be bad, a tailwind can be bad. You don't know because you don't know where you're going. You need to know where you're going. You need to have specific, clear goals. Now, let's get exactly into the OnlyFans stuff because a lot of people have been messaging me because the OnlyFans stuff mops up as well. And I'll be dropping OnlyFans videos in the mix each day now. I'm doing a marketplace video every single day or an OnlyFans video every single day. So have a look at the Facebook Marketplace playlist, and I'm creating an OnlyFans playlist as well there. I'll have a playlist. We're going to pump out absolute content. Someday I'm going to aim for 2 videos a day as well, and the podcast, and vlogs, and the TikToks. So it's all about content at the moment. And then once I get someone over to film, okay, it's going to be even better because I'll have someone filming me to handle the vlogs. They'll handle the TikToks, the vlogs, the little ones that I don't like doing, and I can put my focus and attention here onto YouTube, which is what I enjoy as well. So now let's go into it. Have your goals, number 1. And now I'm going to break down all your excuses of why you're not making money, okay? And then we're going to break down the reason behind the excuses, because by the end of this, I want you to look at yourself and say, I am a big piece of shit. No, I want you to look at this at the end and say, okay, maybe my body was lying to myself for this and this reason. What I want is attainable. The money that I want is attainable. I can achieve it. I just need to do this, or I just need to change this character trait about myself. And usually that's what it is. So let's get into that. By far, the most powerful method for marketing, okay, besides virality marketing, which is, you've got to go viral on TikTok with TikTok ads, because I talk about TikTok ads being good. But by far, the single most effective, highest converting, I would say, it works for everyone, the highest converting way to get subscribers on OnlyFans paying you money is using the Tinder Snap method that I teach inside the Hive Mind. And if you think I'm not in the Hive Mind yet, I'm going to explain it, so settle the fuck down, okay? We're going to go through it. By far, the most powerful way is the Tinder to Snap method. Now, if you're already doing this and you think I already do this, no. Hum, hum, hum. As you say, hum in Vietnamese means no. Hum, hum, hum. Listen. Let me preach the gospel. All you do is you have a sexy ass profile set up as a female, and you go through, you match with people, you message them, you have a small conversation. I break this down in detail in the Hive, but I'm just going to give you the outline. You have a small conversation with that person. You ask them to add you on Snapchat so you can chat outside. And then from Snapchat, you refer them to your OnlyFans. Now, be smart about this. If you say, no, Snapchat got me banned. Excuse. That's an excuse. Use Linktree, okay? If you're saying, yeah, you got me banned, then look at the reason why. Why? Because you promoted sexual content without being smart enough to use Linktree. You've learnt the lesson. Don't go wasting more fucking time. A lot of you waste time. You would rather go out there and comment on videos, this doesn't work because of this, when you inherently know the answer. You actually know the answer now, but you're wasting time because you're a procrastinator. One of your reasons why you're a procrastinator. You could be out there using that, okay, as your reason to be like, okay, it didn't work, it got me banned. How can I create another Snapchat account? How can I buy a Snapchat account? How can I not make that mistake again? Let me use Linktree. Let me use Linktree when I promote in the stories. Now let me recap. Go on Tinder, match people, get them to add you on Snapchat where it's more personal, and now you have 2 points of contact. Get them to follow you on OnlyFans. They don't want to follow? No problem. A high percentage of them will. Now, what are the bottlenecks of this? And here is where the real excuses people come. You ready for this? And this is the hidden excuse. These are the hidden excuse people. So get excited, because this is really going to help you break this down, because it's really a character trait, and it's something that I reflect on myself, and then I look and then I say, same with me doing the marketplace stuff, this is where you're going wrong. What you're lacking is simple. You're saying, I'm already doing that, I can't do anymore. Here's excuse one. I'm already doing that, I can't do anymore, or I run out of likes each day, or da-da-da. Number one, you need Tinder Premium. Look at it as an investment. That is one subscriber that will pay for your entire Tinder Premium. That gives you unlimited likes. That gives you unlimited amount of potential. You remove the bottleneck. You have unlimited likes, and you also have a location swap feature. You can now go to any country in the world, any town in the world. Once you've burnt through people here, move to the next town, move to the next town, move to the next town. Your market is every single man or female in the world. Every single man or female in the world is your market. So don't lie to me that there's not enough customers on there or that people don't want to buy. Your market is fucking massive, okay? Now, here's where the next excuse comes. So if you say, oh, I couldn't buy Tinder Premium. Now you say, I just don't have enough time to sit there all day and reply. And baby, if this is you, you know, because a lot of people say to me this, I don't have enough time to sit there all day. Bullshit! Do you know how much time you fucking waste each day to begin with looking at stupid shit? And it's because I do it too. I used to do it. I make sure that I don't. You're wasting so much time on other shit that you could be sitting there. It's not that you don't have time. It's that, write this down, please. If you're sitting there, I told you this is a trigger warning video. Write this down. Write down, I am being lazy, and that is what is causing me to fail. That is what is causing me to not achieve the money that I want to make. That is causing me to not reach the goals that I have set because of my laziness. I am a lazy piece of shit. Write that down. Now, you want to remove that. It's very, very simple and very, very easy to do that. You just work more. You just spend more time on your phone doing the job that you know will lead to more. Okay, you have the time there. Sit there and spend more time doing it. More time liking, more conversations, sending more people over. Now, a lot of people say, okay, but what if I cap out my time? What if I can't spend any more time each day, Do you work a job? Here's where the second one comes in, okay? Because we're also going back to the time thing. Do you work a job? If you do, okay, and you say, yeah, but I need that to be safe and support my rent and If you look at the amount of time you put in, okay, on the Tinder Snap method alone, I guarantee you that is making you more, okay, by hour than your job would. If your job pays you $25 an hour, if you were to put 8 of those hours in a day on Tinder to Snapchat method, would you make more than what you're making each day at work? I guarantee you the answer is yes. Unless you're working some really like high prestigious $100 an hour job, okay? I guarantee you, if you look at the unit economics and you break it down, which you haven't done because you've been lazy, okay? I guarantee you it's making you more money. So why aren't you doing it? You know why. You don't want to take risk. So there is the real reason. Let me open up the soul. Let me open up the body. What is the reason that you haven't quit your job and you're not sitting there doing it? You don't want the risk. Now, what's the risk? The risk of loss, the risk of not having the safety net protection money coming in, the risk of people judging you when they ask what you do and you say, well, I actually work from home full time doing this, okay? You're not willing to take the risk. It's not the fact that the marketing tactic doesn't work or this platform doesn't work as well anymore. You will find other excuses within the economy. People use base rate fallacies to cover up their bullshit. And a base rate fallacy is something that isn't real based on data, but we all inherently believe. Like, librarians are quiet, librarians are shy. There's so many. White boys can't jump. You know, these are all inherently different things that we place on things with no real statistical data behind them. Okay, and some might be true, but the majority of them are not. And so you're placing these base rate fallacies there to protect yourself from taking risk because you're scared. You're scared of taking risk. So do not say that the reason you are not achieving your goals is because, you don't have the time, or this method doesn't work anymore, or what if this happens in the future. You're scared of taking risk. And when you understand that, Okay, there is only one way to fix that, isn't there? You take the risk or you don't. If you don't, do not complain. You must take the risk. Fix this. Okay. This face mask that I got on. No, it's just a real face. It's just a real sexy face. Now, we've broken down, okay, what it really is. It's you not being comfortable with taking risk. And if you're saying it's a time thing, and if you're one of the very, very few in the 0.001% that is effectively using all of your time, okay, and you are sitting there 8 hours a day doing this, and you are taking all this risk, and you're saying, Mac, but I'm in that 1%, you know, why aren't I achieving it? Okay, all you need to do is understand scalability, and that's very easy from a business standpoint, and that's leveraging other people's time, okay? And you shouldn't be doing this, okay, if you're not in this 0.1%, which all of you aren't, okay? You shouldn't be doing this. Why? Because you're ingraining into yourself that you can say, oh, work on scalability and this, because you don't want to develop the character trait of not being a lazy cunt, and that won't serve you in the future. And you don't want to develop the character trait of not taking risk. And you cannot escape these things long term. If you find short-term solutions for them, they will come creeping back and they will get you later on. Do these first before you ever look at outsourcing. Now, outsourcing. If you're sitting there all day replying to Tinder, and if you're doing that, you're already making a shit ton of money, and you know you are, okay? If you're already using this method and you're saying, oh, I can't do any more, the only thing that's stopping you, or the bottleneck, is your individual time. Why don't, if you know, and if you were doing this full time, you would understand that the money is coming in, okay? Why wouldn't you just say to your friend, hey, do you want to work from me? Do you want to work from home? It's the easiest job in the world. You just sit there on your phone, okay? I don't give a fuck what you do. You can toss off, you can watch movies, you can do whatever you want to do. I'll pay you more than your job is paying you now. And if you understand the unit economics, you will know that this is still beneficial to you, because if you pay your friend $800 a week, but that is gaining you, 50 new subscribers a week at $50, 2.5K on a reoccurring basis, $800 a week is nothing. You can say to your friends, I will give you $800 a week for the best job in the world, working from home, for me, money guaranteed. This is all you have to do. And then you get them to download a fucking Tinder account, you put your pictures on it, okay? You buy them a phone if you have to. Understand that the ROI will probably still come back in the first week, okay? And pay for Tinder Premium, have them sit there doing that. And then, of course, you can also do that with VAs. You could also get a VA, pay for their phone overseas, which is going to be cheap for them to use Tinder. And remember, Tinder can be used on a computer as well. So you wouldn't even need a phone. You can have someone do it on a computer and use a burner number, then pay for the Tinder Premium, and then pay a cheap wage. There are that many ways that you can scale, but you're trying to deny the other two traits, which we all inherently have and we all could work better on, myself included. I cannot escape this, okay? I just push myself a little bit harder, and I'm just a little bit more self-aware. Stop being a lazy cunt and take more risk. With that being said, we've covered everything. I told you today was a trigger warning video, but that is how you make serious money with Onlyfans. And if you're an Onlyfans creator yourself watching this right now, you should take these words that I've spoken today very, very seriously if your intention is to make money and your intention is to take yourself seriously as a business owner and not someone who's doing this as a side hobby while it's here. Take these words seriously, make a lot of money, enjoy your life. Join the fucking hive as well. If you watch these videos on OnlyFans and you watch these videos and then you message me and you say, oh, I'm thinking about joining. Yeah, this is another trigger warning, because I'm not saying you're a bad person. I get 20 of these messages that I'm thinking about joining, but no. If you're not willing to even invest $50 when you've seen the amount of value in these free videos, and you're not willing to plug in with other creators who are there 24/7 that can help you, other managers that are there 24/7 that can help you, plus all the additional training and all the secret shit, you're just not built for business. Join the damn hive. I don't need to plug it. Here it is. Join the hive. The value is 10x on these videos. So that's it for the day. Subscribe, join the hive. See you tomorrow. Paka.